about the noise. If you can't hear me, you best turn up your video. That's about it. What we're going to be looking at is hand wraps. There's loads of different ways to do hand wraps, so you can search on loads of different ways, but the way that we're going to be doing is kind of the way that's kind of been handed down to Derry, which has been handed down to me. It's quite a traditional way to do hand wraps. The best way to do it is actually to have some quite long hand wraps, so you've got enough, because you can never have too much hand wrap because you just strengthen your wrist or your hands. It depends on where you want the additional support. So you can look at your wrists or your knuckles. Really, the first thing is to open up your hand wrap and get it nice and flat, so making sure that you've got a nice flat hand wrap. And you'll notice that on the end of your hand wrap you have a loop, and it's really important that you work out which side the Velcro is going to be, so the Velcro is on top. So when you finish it, you can Velcro it down without having to get any twists in the material. So as you can see on this side, it's got like a sewn bit, and on this side, you can see it's quite flush. Generally that flush bit means that it's actually the outside of the wrap. So from here, you'll hook that over your thumb, and you'll have this going away from your thumb, so wrapping down to the back side of your hand. Then what you'll do is you'll then go for your wrist support. So you'll go once around the wrist, let it hang, make sure it's nice and tight, and then you go for a second loop around the wrist. Make sure that your fingers are always spread, because then that way it's nice and even, you can see where you're going to be going through. Once you've gone from the second one, you can then go around the back of your hand, resting over, and make sure that this time it goes through that gap between that little finger and the one next to it. So it comes through and it's resting here. So make sure it's still nice and flat and that you're not twisting the material. It's then going to go through the gap between the finger and your thumb. So it goes again over the top. And you want to keep it so it flows nicely, so you're not almost like going against the grain. Because if it goes against the grain, it feels quite unnatural, and how the wrap isn't going to give you the additional support. So if you almost like flow it, almost like it's quite fluid, so it comes through a gap and then it's going to wrap the other way around your wrist. So here you want to do one solid loop around your wrist, keeping your hand nice and flat, make sure your hand's nice and open. So then from here, on your second loop, you can go over that thumb, and then through the opposite side, through these two fingers here. Yeah, again, make sure it goes through. And making sure it keeps nice and fluid, it's going to go over to the other side, and then over the back of your hand. So when you've done that, it should look like it's gone round, and over the back of your hand, back towards where your bottom of your thumb is. From here, go down for another loop around your wrist. Make sure it's nice and tight around your wrist. It's really important that you leave a bit more material around here, because if it's too tight, actually when you've got your hand in your glove, it'll start to cut the circulation off around your fingers. So leave a little bit extra material here, and make sure when it's around your wrist and around your knuckles, it's nice and tight to offer that support. So once you've gone around your wrist, you'll then cross over the top of your hand. It's almost like you're going to make an X. So it's the first part of the X will go over towards this gap between your thumb and your finger. Then you'll come round under and back over the top, going over your knuckles, making sure they're nice and protected. So then you'll get two loops of that. And then on your last loop, you'll come back over, but you go to the bottom part of your thumb this time. But you notice that there's no protection on the thumb, so here you're going to come round over your thumb, make sure it's doing that, and it's back under. So the reason it's doing that is it's pulling your thumb back into your hand, so if your thumb gets caught, it's not going to pull it back the other way, offering that additional support. From here, just then you need to figure out where you're going to need additional support. So you can do another loop around your wrist to keep it nice and supported. I tend to go for another one around the knuckles because there's not a lot of support there. So once you figure that out, it's really key that the last loop that you do goes round your wrist and over through those middle fingers, which you haven't done yet. The reason it will go through there is then you can tie all this together. And once you've come over, you then feed it under all this additional hand wrap which you've got, and you can pull it out through the top, make sure it's nice and tight, and you can see it's tied everything here, so nothing's going to be moving up the hand or back down. And from here, you just then go over the back of the hand and finish the wrap off always around your wrist. It's really important that you finish the wrap off around your wrist, because if it's around the top, it's like that's going to come apart and it's going to move about. So if you keep it on your wrist, you can have a nice tight wrap. If you keep it nice and steady, and the inside of your hand should look somewhat like that, where it's all tied together and it's covered up in the thumb. So that's how you do a hand wrap, and then obviously for the other hand you're going to be doing it the other way. It takes a bit of practice, but give it a couple of goes and see how you do.